Hey folks, Jonathan here. I'm out front of my place here trying to arrange a couple cars. I had one of the local fire departments, volunteer fire departments, not actually my fire department, but another one that is close to me here, and I actually tow in that area. They had contacted me about maybe doing a little bit of training, but they had called and they were wanting to do some training with some new high lift jacks and stuff that they had gotten that some of them are not trained with. And yesterday morning I actually went to a wreck, and it wasn't this fire department, it was another fire department, but there was a man trapped in the car, and I got there long before they got him out. And I watched them work and cut and have to get the car up to where it wouldn't fall over. It was up on its side, and I've actually got a little bit of pictures and a really short video. Okay, now it's going to do, we got a mess here. I don't think she's stuck on any trees, so it might come out okay. Against some trees, we're going to try her. I've done a video before of where I've taken cars to the fire department for them to cut up and train with, but people don't realize the importance of this. It's really important, especially in a rural area, because you get your car wrapped around a tree, or your wife gets her car wrapped around a tree. You definitely want them to be there to be able to get it cut out and all. And they saved this guy's life yesterday. I mean, they got him out. He's in the hospital. He's not doing great, but he's alive. And I can guarantee you, as much blood was there, if they hadn't got him cut out and got him to the hospital, he wouldn't have made it, because it's not possible. And that's part of the deal. They had to cut the roof off the car, bend the roof down, and of course stabilize the car so it wouldn't fall over. And you'll see in the video there, the pictures, what I'm talking about. And you're talking about a man that weighed over 200 pounds, and the car was on its side, and that's dead weight laying down in the bottom. And it's just not an easy task. And they usually, depending on what troopers is there and stuff, but a case like that, they'll call me out quick, and that way if they need help or need a winch to help recover the car, or get the car flipped to where they can get a person out easier, I'm there to help them. And so I was there the entire time, even though we're not considered first responders. But anyway, these guys are going to come out, and I'm trying to figure out, I don't know what they actually need. So I don't know if I need to flip one of these cars. I don't know if I need to sit it on top of the other car, or hang it out of a tree. But anyway,
this is a typical situation we can encounter right here on 87. All right, people doing 70, 80 miles an hour on 87, texting and driving. So you come up on this, what's the first thing you're thinking? What's the number one thing you need to do when you come up on this?
Make sure
Scene safety. All right. Yeah, there's probably going to be victims in there. All right, but we need to watch out for us. When it comes time to rescue the rescuer, that's when shit comes to the So the next thing is what? Stabilize it, secure it. All right. If we can stabilize and secure it, then we can jump on this thing, work around it, beat it, cut on it, do whatever we need to. But we have to stabilize it. You can hear it moving already. You can hear it moving. So what I'd like to do is pants, helmet, gloves, no jacket for right now. I don't want anybody crossing underneath here for right now until the vehicle's stabilized. All right. So what I'd like to do is, I don't want to lift it. All right. I don't want to lift it. All right, because you can do that. You're a new rescue truck driver. How many rescue jacks and struts were down on this truck before? Rescue jacks and struts.
hand struts?
I'm not trying to dime you out, man.
Yeah, I know.
This all goes back to knowing your truck. All right, knowing your truck. I'm on the rescue, I run rescue, I can tell you everything that's on that truck and exactly where it's at. There's 4 struts, 2 jacks, okay? We have the jacks that are not capable of being able to be released from the strut and moved to another strut, okay? So the jacks are all jacks, the struts are all struts. So when you're the IC and you're coming up here and you're in charge, you got to think, do I want to stabilize or do I need to lift? Do I need to actually lift to get someone out? If I can extricate it from that side, I'm just going to stabilize. That's it. If I don't have to lift, I don't want to lift because that's more dangerous, believe it or not. So if we can access it from this side, which we can, we want to stabilize, right? Okay, so you gotta think where you want to put your jacks versus your struts. Because the last thing you want to do is get a strut in place where you think where you needed a jack. Now you gotta stop the whole thing. You gotta break everything down, move struts and jacks, and everything like that. Okay. They have new rescue jacks and struts out there that it's all a combination. They're tube-like. They're really cool, really fast to work with. And it's easily maneuverable. You actually take the jack element off and you can move it on every strut. It goes to every strut. There's no one specific jack that we got. We have jacks that are permanently on the jack, the strut. Okay. Rescue jack does make a jack that actually does come off and you can move it. Okay. But that's really convenient. That's later on down the road, new budget, whatever. So let's go ahead and get geared up. We'll go ahead and we'll stabilize it. So somebody take charge and you roll up on this. There's no victims, everybody's out of the car, but we want to stabilize it. I know that there's no victims, there's no reason to stabilize it, but I want to stabilize it, okay? Because it's Hurricane Matthew. So, all right, well, let's get geared up. So, did anybody think about the white vehicle? Anybody think about stabilizing? Yep, okay, we got it. Go ahead and move. We got the white vehicle. It ain't going anywhere.
It's over behind.
We might, I mean, just for shit to do, take that right here. Somebody grab the bag.
She's Daddy's getting one. Daddy's grabbing it.
So this isn't a boom, 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 boom. You know, this isn't a quick situation. This is we got to think about it. We got to think about every aspect of it. Okay. Use that other car now. Use the car on the bottom because we're not moving it. We're not lifting.
And the other car's already stabilized. Would you tie rims?
You could tie rim.
His our rim and ours his rim.
Yep, you can do that. I would stay off of like over there. They were gonna purchase on the tire.
John, sir, move this to your front rim.
Because now, think about it. Think about it, y'all. That bottom car is stabilized. It ain't going anywhere. So that's essentially an anchor. That's your base. So you can tie to it. You can use it. Okay. So now we got to think about the 5 points of movement on this one. All right. If you stick to those 5 points of movement and stabilize those 5 points of movement, this vehicle won't move. It's stable enough, safe enough to work. I would agree. It's not. I would agree. I could walk up to it right now and I could probably push that vehicle off the other vehicle. Okay? well, this is why we're here, is we're here to learn, okay? An 8-hour class doesn't make me an expert, but there are some tricks that I have learned, and there's something that I think about now on every scene is, you know, the 5 points of movement. I'm always thinking about that now, is the 5 points of movement. By no way does this class make me an expert. Everybody here has got experience. Everybody here has got their input. One person on that scene needs to be in charge, okay? Whether he's the lowest man on the totem pole or he's the highest man on the totem pole. One person on that scene is calling the shot. We all here have the experience to know if we roll up on something like this, more than likely we're going to need struts, chains, pull some extrication equipment, pull our sawzall, pull the K12, pull the Glassmaster. We can start staging it. That gives the IC time to do a 360. We're not sinking because what we had wasn't what they had, and the vehicle actually moved. Okay? So, first and foremost, the bottom vehicle, is it stabilized? Yeah.
Bob in the right rear.
Right rear.
Well, is that one stable? That one's stable. Pick that up under it just to make sure.
We got sledgehammers too.
Excuse me, sir. I just need you to step back just for a second.
My baby.
She gonna have to wait, sir. Danny,
Let me work it out real quick.
Awesome police. He said he never heard that before.
It's okay to break windows and stuff too, John?
Go right ahead, buddy.
I see. Now listen, they're popping tires, so that's gonna cause
Go ahead,
movement. Watch the vehicles, watch your people.
I'll let that thing pop back on you, Chief. Woo! Woo! Want me to clear it out, sir?
Clear it out.
Yeah! Lunchtime flat tire. Hands up! Feet up. Watch out, John.
Who's that with the knife?
Steve?
No, John Dean. Look underneath.
Go ahead, Steve.
Back up. Back up. Yep.
All right, here we go. Go ahead. I got you.
Say you couldn't get a purchase point.
Yeah.
Everybody listen up. Say you couldn't get a purchase point, like we had trouble on the other side. Could you wrap a chain around it? Not like that, but just wrap a chain around it and then use the chain as...
Yes. Absolutely. That's what I was...
There you go. All right, go, grab on. I want everybody to think of everything. 100 ways to do it, 1,000 ways to work.
Gotcha.
I'm serious, guys. There's no one way to do this.
Do what? Do you want to use the chain or do you want to
Because I mean, as soon as you put it on there, as soon as you put weight on the other side, it's going to loosen it and it can come apart. Okay, well then we need to try and find something else. What's wrong with these? You can't get it the way
the car is at an angle or at a parallel angle.
Keep it up.
Just make sure you're not tilting towards the car.
Picking on you, Katie. I'm not calling you out in front of people. By no means.
I know.
Okay? If I'm in charge, I'm in charge. And I don't care what color the helmet is. I'm in charge. Somebody deem me in charge, I'm in charge. And I'm going to take charge. If they want to freelance and they don't want to listen, do me a favor, go over there, sit in 62 and sit in AC because I can't use you because you're going to kill somebody. All right? Especially doing this. If I'm in charge, be in charge. If I'm a freaking nug, I'm a nug. It is what it is. Okay, so what I was trying to get at over here on this side This isn't, actually, believe it or not, this isn't a difficult side to stabilize. It's not. What I was trying to get at is I kept throwing chains down at you. Okay, so check it out. Nothing says that that rescue strut or jack has to touch the vehicle.
No.
Nothing says that that
Chain.
rescue jack or strut has to touch the vehicle. Follow me?
The points that we were looking for under the frame that
Yeah.
the gentleman pointed out, they're not under that on that frame.
Follow me here for a minute, Captain. J hooks,
Hey, hold on, just
crow's
can't
feet,
see.
whatever you call them. I don't know. I call them crow's feet, whatever they're called. Pig's feet, chicken feet, whatever.
The small one is actually a T,
T.
and then they make a mini J, which is what you all needed for that little hole. It's about the size of that little T, but it's got a little tiny mini J
It's
on
a
it.
smaller J hook.
Yes, sir. It'll hook right in one of them holes, and then come up the side, and you can put your jack on.
So that's what I was trying to get at. Is you can
That's what
take
we were looking
you
for
can
at
take
the
something and hook up into the frame somewhere. Run that chain back up to the outside side of the door. So here's your chain. And then you can take your rescue jack and come into that chain and secure that way. Have I secured? Is it going to move?
No.
Is it stabilized? Am I lifting? Am I lifting this car? No, I'm stabilizing, right? Is that secure?
Yeah.
This side's actually not that hard to secure, believe it or not. Believe it or not, the most difficult part to secure on this car would be the rear. But that's seemed to be the easiest for everybody. Okay, so like I said, guys, there's 100 ways to do it, 1,000 ways to complete it. Okay, not one way is right. The chain idea, it was awesome. I was loving where you were going with it until you wrapped it around this car right here. Why? Who wrapped the chain around the car?
I did,
Why, Chief?
because it's pushing them together. Once they're together, if the green one starts to slide off, it'll catch it.
No, it won't.
You don't think so?
No, sir. I'll tell you right now, that green car slides out. That chain's going to come straight off the front of that hood. You could also collapse the suspension a little bit. Okay? You could have wrapped a ratchet strap or a chain with a come along on it, and you could have collapsed the suspension. That would have done two things for you. That would have collapsed your suspension, stabilized the vehicle more, and did what?
Make you tiny.
Get. Come on.
Hit your 2 points.
Get your purchase points, because now you got the chain that you're using to crush the suspension with, and now it's already tight, so now you got purchase points. We're not lifting. Lifting's a whole different ball game. If we'd have tried to lift this car, we'd have been out here for 2 hours, because when you're lifting, all 5 movements come into play at one time. Okay, stabilizing, all 5 movements still come into play, but it's a lot easier because we're on the ground. All right. White car, is it stabilized?
Yes.
It is. I would say it's stabilized. We popped the tires. It's on the chock blocks, it's on the cribbing. We've got pickets all around it. You know, I would say it's stabilized. So our frame's good. Our base is good. Now we got to worry about this. Okay. So the points I want everybody to remember is number 1, scene safety. Number 2, stabilizing your base. 3, 5 points of movement. 4, actually physics. Physics plays in here. If you know physics, and I'm not saying you got to know E equals MC squared type shit. I'm saying you got to know where it's going to go, where your force is going. All right? And you got to know your 5 points of movement. If you have those 2 things locked down, stabilized, and not moving, he could hit this car with that forklift and it won't move. I'm serious. Does anybody have any questions or comments or want to add? Chiefs? Captains? Senior peeps? Anybody? Anybody? Tow truck guys?
The only thing that I can say, as being a record driver, them hook points that are made for towing, which is them round holes under, and a lot of times you'll have pieces coming down in the front for them T-slots. You'll have some in the back, and you'll see holes in the frame. That's going to be your strongest point, because if anytime I'm pulling a car out of the woods or over an embankment, there's too many places to hook to it that's going to rip off of it. So your strongest points are always going to be them points for towing.
Frame.
Exactly, frame holes.
Yeah.
They'll have them on the front. A lot of cars, a lot of the foreign cars have a single loop in the back,
and it's welded onto the bottom of the like the spare tire carrier, and you'd be absolutely amazed at how strong it is, and it'll stay on there. And but any of the actual hook points that are made for towing, and these BMWs, the German cars are the world's worst. The suspension is crap. I mean, there's nothing under them. We can't even hook to them to drag them up on the truck by the suspension because it'll bend it. So we've got to hook to hook points. And so anytime you, I mean, if you're going to stabilize it, I would absolutely try to go for them first. But I really think you need to get some mini J's because it would have fit in any of them little holes. So two mini J's with two short chains coming up the side, and then that jack on each side, and that car would have been stable in just a couple minutes. Been no problem.
Anybody else? We're all out here learning, ladies and gentlemen. All right. What say you, Chief?
All right, let's go ahead.
Once again, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for letting us use your yard.
Anytime,
Appreciate
buddy.
that.
Anytime.